Welcome, everyone, to another podcast from Anonymous Addiction Deprogramming podcast. I'll be your host. This is Bobby C. Today, we're going to be talking about Tradition 11. Now, on my other podcasts, I talk about Tradition 10. So we're going to be talking about 11, but 10, 11, and 12, I call them Silence of the Lambs. What these traditions are meant to do is silence the members, control their identity, actually control their body, control the group and all the members. Traditions control the groups and the members of Alcoholics Anonymous. Traditions control even NA and all the other 12-step programs. This podcast is a deprogramming podcast about the alcohol and drug multi-billion-dollar recovery industry. So we're deprogramming and uncovering, recovering, and discovering the truth about a lot of myths and lies and things that been propaganda. And that's what we're going to be talking about, the propaganda machine, and how it controls, Alcoholics Anonymous controls the members, silences, and takes their identity. So we have no say. We don't speak out on any opinions, any outside opinions. And Tradition 11 states our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. Now, to say attraction rather than promotion. Now, this to me, tell me if this is attractive. Being powerless, being diseased, being defected, have to give my will and my life over to the care of AA and God, and then recruit others for life. Now, is that attractive? I don't know when it says attraction rather than promotion. The whole thing is a promotional mechanism designed during the hijacking and building and designing this pyramid of Alcoholics Anonymous, which is a multi-level marketing scheme. Like I said, 10 and 11 and 12 kind of run together. And I'm going to call this silencing of the lambs. They talk about we need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Now, I don't know about you, but what they do is they use the outside mechanisms, which were the outside of the triangle, outside of Alcoholics Anonymous. They set up all these programs and they taught, indoctrinated, and set out on a promotional marketing propaganda scheme in the very beginning. And Rockefeller was doing this way before Marty Mann and Jeranek and the Smithers. He was setting up the medical community. He was designing and monopolizing and changing the whole medical industry. So he was doing that. While he was doing that, he had his hands in the puppets like Marty Mann, Jeranek, and Brinkley Smithers, who financed the whole propaganda machine. He was given millions, 28 millions of his own money to universities. Marty Mann was going out and educate all the nurses and doctors and all the psychiatrists and courts, systems, the treatment centers about the disease, the concept of this disease concept of alcoholism. So they were brainwashing the whole society. It was a marketing propaganda machine. So this way, all the outside of the triangle, the triangle, which Rockefeller knew, they silenced the members, controlled the members, but outside, they used all the outside mechanisms to promote, to use those people, the society, to promote the disease concept and promote people to come to Alcoholics Anonymous. In the big book, it says, Tradition 11, our relations with the general public should be characterized by personal anonymity. We think AA ought to avoid sensational advertising. Our names and pictures as AA members ought not to be broadcast, filmed, or publicly printed. Our public relations should be guided by the principles of attraction rather than promotion. There is never need to praise ourselves. That's all Alcoholics Anonymous members do. We praise ourselves. You know, oh, I got 2 weeks, I got 5 years, I got 10 years, I got 18 months. It's constantly parties, birthdays, and praising. Here's the kicker here. This tells you right here. We feel it better to let our friends recommend us. Our friends recommend us. They created the friends. Look, they control the language and the words. If you don't connect the dots, follow the money, and put in all the pieces, you cannot see this. That's what my whole goal is. My goal is to fill in the gaps, connect the pieces so people can see the whole picture, the whole puzzle. This little book, the AA group, you get it, you had to buy it, but you could buy it and we give them out. You know, we have racks and racks and racks. We don't promote, right? We have racks and racks of stuff that we send out. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Here, they changed the words. Instead of calling it promotion, they call it information committee liaison. They'll call it the community committee liaison. They'll call it special needs committee liaison. They changed the words. They call it the PI, Group Public Information Representative. And what they do is they're going out, the PI goes out, they go out to the schools promoting. But remember, it's only attraction, not promoting. It's like they say one thing and they do another thing. They promote it to schools, businesses, law enforcement agencies, other organizations interested in AA, methods ranging from personal contact to public service announcements on radio, TV. Then they got the cooperative with the professional CPC, community committee liaison, court officials. They go after the court officials and others who often in contact with active alcoholics. Then you have the special needs committee. They go after special needs with visual impairment, transportation needs, hearing needs. Then you have the correctional promotional committee who goes out to hospitals and institutions, all the treatment centers, all the jails. Oh, you want to get a jail commitment? Oh, you go into the jails. It's nothing but promotion, constant promotion. So the traditions are actually, they're a deception. It's a delusion. If you don't like connect different things in Alcoholics Anonymous, which most people don't do, and they know they're not going to do it, you'll never connect the pieces and be able to follow the manipulation, indoctrination system and the brainwashing that goes on. You know, I'm reading from the 12 and 12. If you go into 12 and 12, it says right here. See, they set up all these outside agencies. They sold it. They sold the disease concept to everybody, everywhere in the world. Okay. And they use throughout the world immense and favorable publicity of every description has been the principal means of bringing alcoholics into our fellowship. Here's what they use. People went to newspapers, the radio programs, the movie pictures, the television. These were the channels, even today. And they say there's no promotion, anonymity, personal anonymity. Look at all the movie stars that coming out and say they go to Alcoholics Anonymous. They went to a rehab. They're sober, constantly promoting the organization. Here's other people. It says it right here. I mean, right in front of you. The inquiry voices are not all alcoholics of their families. Doctors, okay, clergymen, all the priests. They're going to send you to AA. Go to a priest and tell them you have a problem with alcohol or drugs. They're going to send you to AA, NA, 12-step programs. Clergymen, employers, EAP. They went in, they promoted it to all the corporations because they want to get, look, if they got a bunch of drunks and alcoholics, drug addicts, I'm just using these, I don't like to use these words, but that's what they call people, okay? They call them alcoholics and drug addicts. They want to ship them out to someplace. The EAP, they went to the EAP and promoted the disease concept, Powerless, only one cure, Alcoholics Anonymous. Send them to us. Send them out to treatment. Send them out to treatment centers. And where are they going to send them? To Alcoholics Anonymous, to the pyramid. It's a multi-level marketing scheme that is brilliant. I mean, I give him credit. Rockefeller and his cronies designed this thing beautiful. It's a beautiful design scheme. And publicize. Only a few AA members are left to deliberately break anonymity at the public level. Sure. I'm right here on YouTube. Okay. 30 years, over 30 years in Alcoholics Anonymous. I know a little bit about it. Okay. I know a lot about it. So if you think this thing is, they change words. They call it, we're not an organization, but we're a structure. Right here. We're not an organization. This is just the structure of a group right here. This is the wheel of one group. We're not an organization. We don't organize. We're structures. Service structure inside the AA group. They change words. They say we're not organization, but we're structures. They say we don't promote, but we have liaisons for information that we take out into the public. Ladies and gentlemen, tradition 10, 11, and 12. They take over the body, control the mind. The steps control our mind psychologically. Traditions control our voice, our body, take away our identity. Because anonymous, you can't have an identity when you go out. Let's see, attraction. I do understand confidentiality, and I don't break other people's anonymity. I don't tell other people what they're in or what they're not in. I would never do that. I don't do that. I break mine. They don't give the members the freedom to choose. There's no choice. There should be freedom to choose if you like to choose to go. No, there is no choice with the traditions. You don't break your anonymity because that's a spiritual. See, when you get to 12, which we're going to be talking about next, finally, Alcoholics Anonymous believes in the principle of anonymity, immense spiritual significance. See, it's all controlled through fear, guilt, and shame. Because if you go break your anonymity, first of all, they're smart enough to know that people go in and out. They use these words relapse. They drink again, and then they clean up. They drink again. So they don't want somebody coming in to on TV and saying, well, Alcoholics Anonymous didn't work because look, I'm drinking again. They're smart. They want to try to control and manipulate the members in that way, because all they do is care about the society and the money. And how's the money flow? I do a lot of podcasts talking about how the money flows. So the indoctrination society into buying into the disease concept. Here's outside: newspapers, movies, media, doctors, treatment centers, the government through court systems, radio, press, internet, clergymen, doctors, judges, lawyers, nurses, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists, alcohol, counselors. They get 3 months sober and they become counselors. And where do they go? They all Alcoholics Anonymous members. They go work in treatment centers, sober living houses. They're all promoting the disease concept, keeping the members silence. Employees, EPA, where do they send? They send in a triangle. All these different medias, sober living houses, all the big treatment centers, Betty Ford centers, all the big 12-step or all the alcohol and drug treatment centers. Where do they send you? NAAA. I know this is changing. I know it is. I know for a fact. I feel I have a responsibility to voice what I've learned and what I've discovered. I know for a fact when I connect these dots, what I'm saying is the truth. It's not my truth, it's the truth, okay, about the psychological warfare that they're using against us. And look, if you're just going into a detox, go in, you need it, get out of the detox. If you go into a treatment center, listen to some of our podcasts. Deprogram yourself before you even go into Alcoholics Anonymous. We're not talking about just stopping, just stopping drinking on your own. In the beginning, you need some help. Okay, go to some professional. Watch out for the word professional, because these professionals will send you back to Alcoholics Anonymous. They'll tell you you're in denial. So be careful of the word professional, because I've seen so many people that they call themselves professionals, but they're not. Very dangerous. So seek them out. Seek out somebody that is willing to listen to you and send you to places that are open-minded and allow you to create your own program, allow you to think, question, observe, and become aware. There's harm reduction. Some people believe in harm reduction. Some people believe in taking a pill, Sinclair method. Some people believe in MAT, medical assistant treatments. Some people believe in the craft, harm reduction. Me personally, I believe in abstinence because it's the easiest way. The alcohol form, I'm not a prohibitionist. I believe in freedom of choice. I'm talking about myself. The easiest way for me is abstinence. It's simple. Alcohol industry, pharmaceutical industry, tobacco industry, and the government industry is not our friend. They want you drugged up. They want you downing. They want us to not be able to think. So check it out. Even, the government takes it over no matter what. They took over the alcohol industry, the government, with the taxes. They manipulated. The pharmaceutical industry controls the government. The government don't control the pharmaceutical industry. They use the tobacco industry. Even in marijuana industry, you're going to see Cheech and Chong had it right. Grow it, smoke it if you want, But as soon as the government gets their hands on it, it's going to be controlled. And they don't care. Once they control it, they don't care how much, who's smoking it, how high you are. They don't care two shits as long as they get the piece of the pie. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember the traditions control the groups and the members. They take the identity. They silence us. They put masks over us. They silence us. You know, just like putting a mask over your face. They control your identity. So take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next rebound, and don't forget to subscribe. But check out connect the puzzle, connect the dots, follow the money. It's all in plain sight. They just changed the language from one thing to another. It's all in plain sight, but you got to look at it. And I'm helping uncover, recover, and discover the truth about AA and 12-step programs and a lot of other programs because of the multi-billion-dollar alcohol and drug recovery industry. So watch out. Take care, and we'll see you on Tradition 12. Bye-bye. Have fun. Be safe and healthy.